Click that link and join us Wednesday, January 7th, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Join us live and bring smart questions. We're going to do an extended Q&A. Click that link and join us.
We talked about before, the haters are almost always the people that are doing terrible in their own life, and they want to lash out hate toward people doing better than them.
Yeah. You've almost never, I might as well just say you'll never get hated on by somebody that's doing better than you. And I always make that example. Warren Buffett never took the time, to send me an insult on a day that I did good in the market. I'm up a couple million. Warren never took the time to show me I'm up a couple billion.
I made $1 billion.
Yeah, I made $2 billion, you poor thing.
Yeah, you poor. Yeah, sucks being so broke.
Warren Buffett never took the time.
That would be pretty awesome if he said you that.
I'd repost it and I'd be happy. I'd be happy to hear from him. So yeah, look, you're not going to get hated on by people that are doing better. Elon never took the time to write me and tell me I'm a entrepreneur. Like, you only made 100 million in your businesses.
Yeah, right.
You only made 100 million. He's like, I got $500 billion, you poor bum. Elon never took the time to write me that. I've been in the same room with him a couple times. I never had a conversation with him yet, but probably I will someday. I suspect he won't insult me that way, Yeah. Probably not. So, when somebody is saying that to you, they tend to be interested in you as a person and disappointed with themselves as a person, that they haven't done the things that you've done to earn the place that you have. Regarding your other comments here, what else did you ask about? You asked about the meetings and stuff. It's like, well, if you don't have something constructive to add, then just shut up. If you're invited into an environment that's not your environment, and you might impact the reputation of the person who invited you, then it's better for you to err on the side of cautiousness and just shut the up. And that's a skill set that some people lack. And when you walk into an environment where you're not in charge, and you might harm the reputation of the person who invited you, it'd be a wise thing to do, and a good way to show respect is just shut the up. If somebody asks you a direct question, you might answer it in a way that's useful or supportive to the person who invited you. You shouldn't even necessarily share your sincere opinion in that context. You're in an environment that you've been invited into by another person, and your primary objective should be to make sure that you cause no harm to their reputation and only do things that enhance their reputation. So you're not there for yourself. You're not there to share your opinion. And even if you're asked for your opinion, again, I would never share an opinion in that context that would be contrary to the person that invited me to the environment, because I don't want to harm their reputation. This has to be your number one goal. Don't harm that person's reputation. Enhance it if you can. And if you're unsure if it's going to enhance it or harm it, then shut the up. And that should be the rule set in that type of thing. It's like, if I don't need to give lengthy examples. That should be the rule set.
Just learn your environment first. When you walk in something new, you don't just jump in, adding in. If it's an environment that you're totally not your world, sit back, learn it, get relationships, get to know the people, then you can give input. Yeah, to start giving input to random people you don't know in something that's not your world is kind of like shut the up. If a guy comes in my gym, jiu-jitsu, not that good, don't know him, and starts spouting out, I'm going to be like, get the out. Well, in jiu-jitsu, we can beat them up. We can actually beat them up. But a lot of places are who the this clown.
Yeah, in jiu-jitsu, you say, come here, Smarty, show me.
That's what's great about jiu-jitsu. Like, come here, and then you can the guy up, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so now go over there and be quiet. Let me know when you got. Actually, let me know when you got another idea, so I can you up again.
That is great about jiu-jitsu. We're the one industry in fighting. If someone pisses you off, you're like, okay, let's get in the ring real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a useful thing in your sport or in your endeavors in life. When somebody's acting crazy, it's really easy to.
It gives them a wake up call real quick.
Yep. This thing about don't outshine the master. So I'll mention another criticism. People on the internet right now have been saying, show rolling footage, show training footage, show this, show that. So, all right, well, who are the people I'm training with? I'm training with a bunch of UFC champions and top contenders. Okay. I do have footage of me picking some of them up. I do have footage where I'm in a better position than them, in better situations. They got a tap. And by the way, we don't film that much. I don't want to film that much. I want to go live my life. That's a hobby for me. It's a hobby for me that, there's overlap with the business, that it's another area of success, like the same way that my graduate degree helped me in business, the same way that my social network helped me in business, the same way that having discipline, like earning those belts and building the skill sets I have in martial arts is a way to demonstrate discipline and commitment. And it's the same type of discipline and commitment that you're going to need for your business. I did that in my business. I continue to do that in my business. And guess what? I do that in my hobbies too. And I'm in my second half of my 40s, and it's time for me to have hobbies and fun in life, because that's what I worked for the last 30 years. So then the next 30 years, I'm supposed to spend more time enjoying my life. And I'll still take care of my business, and any hobbies I have, I'll do them at a high level. But I get to be a little more relaxed than I was if you're in your 20s and 30s, you should only be working. There's nothing else for you to do. Somewhere in your 40s, if you were successful in your 20s and 30s, then you're going to be able to relax more and do more of the things you want to do. I wouldn't say the things I'm doing are relaxed for that matter.
Yeah, still a lot of work, but you can like work a little bit less hard. That's funny. We still both work really hard, but it's not compared to how insane it was. Like my entire life was just work.
And it's still unrelatable to people. Even us in our 40s is like, it's still unrelatable to other people. They're like, that can't be true. Nobody works like that. What time did we finish training yesterday?
Was it 3:30, 4, somewhere around then?
About 4:05 we walked back in.
Yeah.
So it's just unrelatable to other people. Like, I understand why they're just like, that can't be true. It's like, no, because you're too soft to do it. You're too soft to do it. I'm not too soft to do it. I live that way. He lives that way. I like my goals more than I like my excuses.
Yeah, we don't really think much of it. Most people would probably be like, oh, we're starting a workout at 2 a.m., but you had a busy day. So it's like, oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's life, man.
If you were like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't be able to start at 2 a.m. Would you want to stay awake that late? It's like, yeah, of course I'll stay awake and wait and train.
This is never outshine the master things. Like, why would I go post footage? Why would I built great relationships with my coaches. Why would I go post footage of them in situations and me in dominant situations? And against, this is my hobby and it's their career. So why would I want to go post footage like that and make them look bad? So it's better for me to never post those things. It's better for me that I know what happened and they know what happened, and I don't need to go post things like that. It's not really an honorable thing to do.
I've had people like, oh, well, yeah, why don't you post pictures of or videos of Derek training with people? I'm like, well, he pretty much only trains with like UFC fighters and stuff, and you can't really post videos if you're doing good with UFC fighters because it's like they have big names, so it could hurt their reputation. So it just doesn't make sense. And people don't like it, they can fuck off.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck who doesn't like it either. But I think that's a good example of this. Don't outshine the master. If I want those people to come here and continue to teach me stuff, why would I post those videos that are at the moment are one-off videos that happen sometimes? And it's going to happen more and more over time. And you said this to me, I don't know, 2 years ago. We were both aware of it on some level. Like, I'm 80 pounds bigger than you, dude.
Exactly. You're big, I think, too. And you get some guys, maybe they're a UFC champion, but they're a better striker. So maybe you can maul them on the ground. But people, you put that online, that would make them look so bad, like you mauling a UFC fighter, even maybe you're taking him out of your world, but that would look terrible to him.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff that would be completely unfair.
I'm 80 pounds bigger than you. If we have an equal skill set, at some point in the future, which that's not true right now. At some point in the future, theoretically, say we have an equal skill set.
Yeah,
I should be able to win every time.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the unfortunate reality.
I should win every time. If I'm 80 pounds bigger and our skills are equal, I should win every time.
That's why they have weight classes. It makes a big difference.
So, and our skills aren't equal. Mr. Jake's been doing this for over 30 years. He started wrestling when he was 10 and got into jiu-jitsu after that. And he's done that at the highest levels in the world. Multi-time world champion, etc. But yeah, it's like I don't need to. I don't do scumbag clickbait. If you look at any of my videos, I don't do the clickbait stuff that other people do. I like to make people look good, and guess what? When I text them and call them, they answer my call. And when I ask them to come do something with me, they come. I say, hey, will you come train with me? Yeah, excited to. I say, hey, want to come do a talk with me? Come do this thing, come do that thing, come to dinner. They're all happy to come because they know there's going to be a good experience. It's going to be good for them. I'm not going to do, if we record something, I'm not going to release something that doesn't make them look good.
You have to do something stupid, you'll cut it out. If there's a part they don't like, hey, cut that out. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So why do I want to ruin? So you could have those relationships, or you could post videos and burn some of those relationships or strain them, and then that's a signal to other people in the future is like, oh, that's a big guy, And if I go train with him and, you know, they're going to go film some that makes me look like a dumbass, like, nah, that. So it's not smart. It's not a smart thing to do. Not a smart thing to do. Be respectful and know when to shut the up.
This is Derek Moneyberg. I quit my last job when I was just 19 years old. You know, I thought to myself, a life where I have to ask for permission to take a day off. I have to ask for permission to take a longer lunch break. It wasn't for me. This is something that like a child does, or a very weak-minded man perhaps. I want you to have that same sort of financial freedom in your life. You could live like an adult. You know, what does that require? Well, it does require some hard work. It does require a good education so you know you're making the right decisions. Jake, when's the last time you had somebody bossing you around telling you when you can eat and use the toilet?
Also, when I was 19 is what's funny. Like, if you take these things for granted, I couldn't imagine going back and asking someone for time off or if I can do this. It's just the freedom is one of those things you take for granted. You wouldn't have it. You see your friends like, oh, do you want to fly to London to me next week? Oh, you have to ask my boss. I'm like, wait, you can't just make your own decisions. So you take for granted, but it feels so good to work for yourself. But I would like to add, it is hard work still. You have to have discipline and be able to work hard. So I wouldn't tell you, to just quit without a plan of working hard.
Funny enough, I don't take a lot of days off. But the reason that is, I really enjoy how I spend my time.
I have to work 7 days a week, but it's nice when you're working for yourself and you get rewarded for it.
Yeah, when you're well rewarded for doing things that you enjoy doing, it doesn't feel like work anymore. So I do have a lot of productive hours, but it doesn't feel like working.
100%. Yeah, I could put in a lot of hours, but it doesn't feel like it because it's doing work for myself. And I choose, now I'm in a situation where I can choose the work I want to do and who I want to work with, which is very big. I'm very careful who I work with, like us working together. I get along great, so we continue to work together.
Easy for you and I. Could be easy for you as well. If you want to learn to have more freedom in your lifetime, control of your time, control of having higher quality options instead of lower quality options, because you have the social skills, the intellectual skills, and the financial wherewithal to do what you want. Jake and I are going to do a live training. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to do hard work. If you're turned off by that, hey, success is not for everybody. It's definitely not for you. But if you're willing to work hard and you're willing to work smart, we're going to be able to teach you a lot and point you in the right direction. If you have any specific questions about how to attain your ideal lifestyle, we're going to answer those questions for you on that live training.
Click that link and join us Wednesday, January 7th, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Join us live and bring smart questions. We're going to do an extended Q&A. Click that link and join us.